So, Peter, what's happening? Now, are you going to go ahead and have those TPS reports for us this afternoon?
Have you ever spoken up in a meeting only to be ignored?
No.
Yeah. So, I guess we should probably go ahead and have a little talk,
Have you ever shared a great idea, but no one listened until someone else repeated it?
Not right now, Lumberg. I'm kind of busy. In fact, look, I'm gonna have to ask you to go ahead. Let's come back another time. I got a meeting with the Bobs in a couple of minutes.
Or maybe you just feel like you're not taken as seriously as you deserve.
I wasn't aware of a meeting with them.
Yeah, they called me at home.
Here's the truth. People don't automatically respect intelligence, hard work, or even good ideas.
That sounds good, Peter. And we'll go ahead and get this all fixed up for you.
But there's great news. Respect isn't something you're born with. It's something you can create. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to project confidence, build instant credibility, and make people listen without changing your personality. And there's one simple shift you can make today that will instantly boost your authority. I'll reveal it later.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
These aren't the droids we're looking for.
My name is Stephen Kofer. Thanks for stopping by. It's great to be with you today. What if I told you that most people will instinctively follow a leader, even when they don't have to? There's a reason why some people naturally attract respect and influence, while others struggle to get noticed. And the answer comes from one of the most famous psychology experiments ever conducted. If you think you wouldn't fall for authority influence, just wait until you hear this. In the 1960s, psychologist Stanley Milgram set out to study how much people trust authority figures, even when it goes against their own logic. He brought in everyday people, teachers, office workers, parents, and told them they were part of a learning experiment. Each participant was told to quiz someone in another room. If the person got a question wrong, they were instructed to, get this, deliver an electric shock. At first, the shocks were mild, just a light buzz. But each time the person got another question wrong, the participant was told to increase the voltage. And here's where it gets shocking. At 150 volts, the person in the other room yelled, "Stop! I have a heart condition." At 300 volts, they stopped responding entirely. And yet, most participants kept going. In fact, 65% of them went all the way to 450 volts, despite believing it could be fatal.
Testing.
Why you?
Oh, not yet.
Why? Because a calm, authoritative man in a white lab coat told them to. The participants weren't bad people. They didn't want to hurt anyone. But when faced with a confident, authoritative presence, they ignored their own doubts and trusted the expert. And here's where this gets exciting. Because what if you could use this same psychological principle, not to control people, but to inspire them? Now that we know how authority works, how do you use it to become a leader in your own life? And there's one small thing most people do that instantly weakens their authority. I'll reveal it in a minute. Step 1, borrow authority. You don't need a fancy title or decades of experience to be respected. You just need to associate yourself with people, places, or symbols of authority. Here's how. First, work with respected experts. Next, get featured on credible platforms, such as podcasts, articles, or even TEDx. And third, reference known frameworks or institutions that reinforce your credibility. This is why people say, as seen in Forbes, or certified by Harvard. Even if their actual contribution was small, it borrows the credibility of something bigger.
If you vote for me, all of your wildest dreams will come true.
And if you don't have access to big names or titles, don't worry. I'll show you another method that works just as well. Step 2, speak like an authority. Most people undermine their own authority without realizing it. Here's what weak communication sounds like. I think this might work. Maybe we should try... I feel like this could be good. And here's what authoritative voice sounds like. This is the best approach because the data clearly shows. Here's what we're going to do. Do you see the difference? Authority comes from certainty. The more confident you sound, the more people assume you know what you're talking about.
Well, there is the emergency disaster mode for the org chart.
But confidence alone isn't enough.
This gives me full authority over every single person
You also need to look the part.
in the office.
I never said you could
All
do
you have
that.
to do is say it. Just say it.
Okay, I'll think about it.
Say it.
And that's what we're covering next. Step 3, look like an authority. Before you say a single word, people decide whether to take you seriously based on how you present yourself. This includes your posture. So stand tall, own your space, your eye contact. Be confident, but not aggressive. We don't want people to think that you're peering into their soul. And then lastly, your style. A good suggestion? Dress one level above the room. I know in my experience, I've made the mistake of showing up to a coworker's parents' funeral, and I was dressed the most casual of anybody in the room. And I felt terrible, and never again will I attend a funeral unless I'm dressed up. Lesson learned, and I'll share that with you today. Studies show that simply wearing a suit or a uniform, it makes people assume that you're more competent, even if you say the exact same words.
You like it, right?
Oh, absolutely. I like it even more on you than I did on Colonel Sanders.
Authority isn't about being the loudest person in the room. It's about showing up with confidence, expertise, and presence. And you can start building that today. Comment below. How do you use authority to be a leader in your own life? If you found this helpful, click on this playlist. I'm revealing more mind-blowing persuasion techniques. And trust me, these ones are even more powerful.
That sounds good, Peter. And we'll go ahead and get this all fixed up for you. Great.